right, hello everybody. All right, I think I'm good. I think everything's working. Okay, we're gonna move over to chatting. How's everybody doing? Oh yeah. So anyway, I really hope they do something about that heat situation. That is insane. I know the temp for you guys is like super low these past couple days, and it is insane to think that they would have your heat broken in that kind of environment. Okay, good. They better be doing something to make sure that that doesn't happen again. All right, music. Let's get a little, turn that down a little bit. How's the audio balance? Everything good? I'm glad that at least you guys are obviously okay because you're here. That's crazy though. Swirl, hello, how are you? All right. So, allow me to readjust myself. So, radiator pipes froze. I see how that, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. We used to actually have a problem with that. So when I used to work in a warehouse, and we would have constant issues with that because like in the summer, we had the exact opposite problem. In the summer, we had to keep it cool. And the AC was not like good enough to handle that. So it would constantly be in this like battle of, the AC would freeze because it was trying to keep it so cool. It would freeze itself and then it would break and we'd have to have the maintenance guys come out and like fix the AC. It's like a weekly occurrence. It's a big issue for a bit. But anyway, either way, I'm glad that you guys you've made it through the Sub-Zero weekend and you're back and you're here. And we're back and I'm glad to be back. I hope you guys have been well. Swirl, I'm glad to see you because I know you don't have Twitch anymore. So glad to see that you are here. I hope you've been well. I mean, I like cold to a degree. But
hi, friends.
Not like that. Jordan, hello. Hi, how are you? That was like, it didn't show up over here, but I heard it, and then now I see it. Oh wow, that's very delayed. Anyway, Jordan, how have you been? How are you doing? So for anyone who might be new joining in, so we are, I want to, I go through a little thing at the beginning here where we're going to talk for a minute. So I apologize if anyone's new and just kind of jumping in, wanting to learn about what we're going to talk about today, which is kind of a cool thing. But, anyway, let's see here. We're here where this thing's going. I gotta hit that button. Okay. All right. There we go. I'm caught up. Everything's fine now. Anyway. Okay. So we can talk about that. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're doing today. So last time, I was going to say last week, but it's been a minute. Geez, it's been like 2 weeks since our last stream, right? Because we didn't have the last 2 weekends we did not stream. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. I am sorry. I've been thinking a lot about like the future of me and myself and my content and what I want to do. And I am not sure where we're at. I'm going to be completely honest. Because in the time that I've had to take off, I have gotten to a point now. I know, I'm sorry, Spidey. I've gotten to a point now where I'm like realizing what I'm missing by being here so often. And now I'm like, geez, I gotta figure something out. So I don't know. I gotta figure things out. We'll see. But for right now, I'm gonna keep things the way that they are. For anyone who follows the WoW streams though, glad to see you too, Spidey. Glad to see everybody, Jordan and Swirl and Dyer. I'm glad to see you guys. So I'm gonna be over the next few weeks, I think, trying to figure things out, what I want to do. for anyone who follows my WoW content on my WoW channel, or technically it's an MMO channel, but I only do WoW stuff right now anyway. But I haven't posted a video on there in like at least a week and a half, which means that stupid sexy Oron got partner before I did, and it's fine, I guess. Jerk. I have to actually talk to him. I haven't even said anything. I feel bad. I haven't congratulated him at all. I've been very, very busy, and I keep forgetting. But if any of you see Oron, make sure to congratulate him on YouTube partner, because he just got YouTube partner on like Thursday, and I only hate him a little for it. We need, by the way, like a little more than 200 subscribers left on that channel to hit YouTube partner, which is unbelievable. And if I like committed to it for 10 minutes, we could probably hit it very, very quickly. So that's exciting. But anyway, so on to what we're doing here tonight. Oron fact: he's an editor and worked on the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie No Way Home. Well, I didn't actually know that he worked on that one. I know that his wife worked on some of the Disney Plus series, which I don't think there's any reason I can't say that. I hope. But yeah, no, the two of them are editors, so that's pretty cool. You know, no biggie. Cheaters. All right. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something. Oh my god, don't you hate that when that happens? All right, anyway, back to what we were gonna talk about. So last time we were on here, it was 3 weeks ago. I'm glad you guys are still hanging around on Twitch. I have not at all. There's gonna be some news from me in regards to Twitch related stuff coming soon. I have to I don't want to just like say it on stream before I have a chance to talk to people properly involved in the situations. Not like, this is not like a Twitch drama thing. I don't want it to sound like that. But as long as you're not bitter. I'm not bitter at all. This stupid sexy Oron. Hate that guy. I hope it's obvious that I'm joking, by the way. I think it is, but sometimes, you know, I realized, I think I'm getting, so this is always funny because I have always, no, you tell stupid sexy Oron that I hate him. I've always like joked about how, you know, like my parents with cell phones and technology, they send like text messages that are so badly worded that you're like, wow, how could you write this horribly offensive text message? And then like they're like, oh, I don't know, that didn't mean anything like that. It meant nothing like what I said. And now I'm getting to a point where I'm like, oh, I'm doing this. Like I'll post stuff online and be like, oh my god, I said that? That's not what I meant. So I don't know, maybe I'm secretly like super old. I don't know. Like 90. Don't tell anyone. Okay, so anyway, seriously, back to what I was talking about. Before I go on another ramble, so 3 weeks ago, the last time we were streaming, you're not old. I know I'm not, but like sometimes I just do like embarrassing things that I'm like, I should know better than this. I should. So we were talking about different RPGs, the OGL situation with D&D. There has been so much that has happened since the last time we've streamed. It's incredible. So one, we and this was the best part of it about the whole OGL situation is the Wizards of the Coast's like villainous little monologue about like, you may think that you have won, but we both won, but we won more than you. But then what actually happened was like a week later, they were like, oh shit, everyone's canceling all their D&D Beyond subscriptions and everyone's gonna boycott the movie and our like stock is tanking and D&D is our #1 product other than Magic the Gathering, and our whole company's gonna go down if this goes down, and oh shit, we need to like reverse course so bad right now. And then they did, and now they conceded to everything, and like we've completely won. And not only did we completely win, they didn't win at all, so fuck you. Anyway, Tirith, how are you? Mrs. Lammy, how are you both doing? How are you guys been? Tirith, you're gonna be happy about the next announcement, by the way. So we talked about that last stream, and then I haven't had a chance to update you, so that was pretty much the whole update of what's happened in between. But we also talked about how we're gonna pick a new game probably to do on stream. And now a lot of people have kind of like gone back to D&D because it's like, it's okay now, it's cool, it's fine, we were all good, you know. D&D Wizards, they conceded to our demands. Swirl, have a great night. Thank you for hanging out on the stream for a little bit. You may be happy to know, Swirl, that by the way, I did not change my YouTube names since the last time we talked again. So in Markdown Hell, oh no, what is Markdown Hell? Oh, are you like, is that like a literal, like you're marking things down price wise? Because I remember that, and that is horrible. So we talked last time about picking a new system to do like the on-stream D&D, well, tabletop RPG stuff with, and I did, and we are here, and I'm going to say that we officially picked Pathfinder. Here we go. I got the rule book. It's really big. It's really big. It's really big. I keep trying to read this, and I read it, and then after a few minutes, my arm gets sore and I have to put it down. So there's that. But we're playing Pathfinder. So I got the little version. I wish I did. I looked at it and I was like, oh, I got the book. I didn't think anything of it. I got the book with the PDF. So I had the PDF for a while, but I don't do well reading PDFs. Okay, so like, I make no secret of the fact that I have ADHD. I say that 15 times a stream. I have a bot that says it 15 times a stream at least, so y'all know that. But when I pull up like a PDF, right, I can like look at it. Like if I need to reference something, it's cool. I need a physical book. If I'm gonna read something, I need a physical book that I can hold and be like, I'm gonna flip some pages and read some stuff. Have you seen this video? A message from Wizard of the Coast by the OGL. I have not seen that video, no. If you want to shoot it my way, that would be appreciated. Send it to me on Discord if you don't mind, Spidey. That was how I got my first Kindle. Dire, I was gonna say that actually. So I have a Kindle and I can read on the Kindle. That's absolutely fine. The Kindle I love. Do you like your Kindle? I love mine. I have to have the paper one though. Like they have the color screen one. Can't use it. Hate it. Can't touch it. I have the paper white Kindle. Love it. Absolutely amazing. I've actually been reading. So speaking of reading, not to get like way too sidetracked, but actually this isn't being sidetracked at all because this is something that's relevant to our D&D thing. But I was trying to think of like an ideas for the campaign that I want to run with other streamers on stream. And I started reading this book, and I love it so much. Actually, I started watching a series on Netflix that I realized was a book. So I started reading the books, and I'm going to base that on, or I'm going to base the campaign on that loosely. So we're going to go into that in a minute. Thank you, Dire, for linking that. I'm just going to open that in a new tab, and I'm going to leave it here so I don't forget. Oh, that. Okay, I thought this was actually from Wizards. This I did see, and I was like crying watching it. What series? I was actually gonna keep that secret, but I guess there's no reason for me to do that. It's Lockwood and Co. on Netflix, and it's a book series, and it's really interesting. It's all about like these kids that have to like go out and hunt ghosts. It is not at all scary, or I don't know, like maybe you could consider it a horror genre because they're like hunting ghosts and stuff, but it's not scary in any way. So it's good. I like it a lot. We were just like, my mom and I were, my mom comes over on Sundays, right? Just a little backstory, little opening the door into real life. My mom comes over to like hang out with my daughter on Sundays. And when my daughter's taking a nap, you know, we'll just like browse Netflix sometimes. So we were just perusing Netflix and we saw that and we're like, yeah, what the heck, let's throw that on. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Anyway, so I like the concept. And so I decided to kind of base the campaign loosely on that idea. So the campaign, because the way that I was going to structure it so that people can kind of like come in and out at will. So like if any, like say Tirith, if you ever want to play, you can, you know, or Mrs. Lammy or anyone, you can make a character in the world, and when you are able to play, you can join in with me on stream. We'll do a game, and it'll be like a one shot, maybe like a 1 or 2 shot adventure, and then you'll go back and like live in the town. I did look up Pathbuilder, and you'll like live in the town there, and then you know, like the next adventure can like pick from the people who are available to play. So like has no life. Yeah, well, I mean, it's, you know, it's whatever. Anyway, I'm just offering it. I know like Powder Hero was going to join in for some. Witty Wife and Alpha Wit wanted to join in, I think. So I'm going to try to like go out and grab some other content creators and bring them in and have them join in for some games. But so anyway, the point is like you could build a character and have it exist in the campaign, but you aren't necessarily like every adventure or every quest we go on is like a self-contained little thing that isn't, you know, like overall super relevant, so that we can do like a continuous world, but at the end of it, you know, it's kind of like a TV show, right? Where like the ideal TV show, you start and you end in the same place, so that there isn't like, you know, if you miss like 3 episodes, you don't really miss anything. That is to say like a sitcom or something like that would be like that. Not obviously not like, you know, any kind of story-based TV show. Anyway, okay. So Pathbuilder is the site that we were using to build characters. And now, just so you guys know, I'm starting a new like in-person, not streamed campaigns with my friends on Tuesday, and we are also using Pathfinder for that, and we're all very excited because there are so many more options to do this stuff. I would love to, but like I said, I'm acting store manager in my company, a lot of stuff going on right now. Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just, you know, Terry, that was just using that as an example. And if in the future, I mean, basically 2 reasons I say that. 1 is an example, and 2, if you did ever want to join, you know, now you know you're welcome to join. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about stuff. Now, the whole point of what I wanted to talk about on the stream today was using AI to build better worlds for tabletop RPGs. So let's get into that. Let's do that. And we will keep talking. But so, and for those of you who are here, oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the, yeah, that actually sounds like a pretty cool show I have not seen. I don't watch a lot of TV, as you might guess, because 99% of my free time over the past year has been building, or not building, but like doing streaming or making videos or stuff like that. So lately I've been trying to pull back and like give myself a little bit of a life, which is why I was saying we're going to talk. I'm thinking about the future of content creation and myself and what I want to do and trying to find a better balance. Anyway, so using AI to build better worlds. Now, I always use Worldanvil for my world building. I really like it. I think it works very well for what it does. So we need a world name. So anyone in chat, we need some ideas. I figured we could build. I have other worlds that I have built myself, and I'm actually building some more. But I think it would be fun if we, as a community, built this world that we are using for our tabletop RPG stuff. How dare you want more time for yourself? Hey, how are you doing? So I saw you were streaming something the other day, and I don't know what it was. I stopped in for like 2 seconds, and that's all the time I had. I'm sorry, but I didn't have a chance to see. It didn't seem like your normal MMO stuff. What was it? Or am I just like completely off base? Illyria. I like that. All right, everybody give me an idea. Thank you for the shout out for Rav, by the way. I'm trying to think if I have any ideas. I don't. Novo was the last world that I made, and that was the only reason I came up with Novo, is because it just means new in not English. I think it was something else, but I can't remember what. It might have been Latin, actually. Anyway, by the way, do you prefer Ravis or Ravis? Recently I played Rift. I think that's what it was. Okay. Warzone 2.0, WoW, and New World. Warzone is the only one that has not. Yeah. Warzone is, how do you like Warzone's gotten like an update recently, right? Or am I crazy? What kind of fantastical world are you looking to create? Miss Lammy, that's a good question. I don't know. We're building this as a community, right? It's going to be like a spooky world, because we're kind of going with a semi-horror theme, but it's not like, I don't know. I don't think Pathfinder is like the best system for horror games, but it's not bad. Second one, it's my ROL. Travis. Okay. Mine is, yes, got it. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. So Ravis. Cool. I don't think I ever asked you that. I feel like I should have asked you that by now, and I'm sorry. But anyway, so how has streaming been going? We talked a little bit about that. How has your streaming been going since last time we talked? Anyway, all right. So we've got, I'm gonna get Notepad here. I'm gonna get Notepad up. The ultimate in polling technology. We've got Illyria. Pathfinder is a more mechanic game where you have to more control it. Yeah, I really like that. I don't read anything with the character creation. I leave that up to the other players. So that means I can cut out chapters 2 through 7 ish, which is good because I need to read as much of this as fast as possible. Ghosts and Undead Spooky Spidey. Not much different. Just hoping to get max level New World soon so I can make some better YouTube worthy. Yeah, that's the tough part about making content for MMOs. Like, you have to be kind of in the weeds doing the stuff. You know, like, you can't just be like, hey guys, I picked up New World 45 minutes ago, so I'm gonna start a new YouTube series about it, because that doesn't really get you anywhere. my YouTube channel has been doing very well, I think. Not to self promo for myself on my own stream, but the the channel that I do for MMO stuff, which is mostly WoW, has been doing pretty good because it's like all guides and stuff, I think. So it's like a lot of search volume, I think. That's my guess. But anyway, body snatchers, evil necromancers, beasts cobbled up from corpses, that kind of thing. Yeah. Witty, yes. Yeah, none of you ever should go check out anything of mine. Actually, just close the stream right now and get out of here. Thank you for shouting out Witty. Witty, how are you, by the way? No, don't go. I'm just kidding. Witty, how have you been? Suji Giri. What, Mrs. Lammy, does that mean something, or is that just something that you came up with off the top of your head? I actually like that one, but I immediately forgot how to spell it. Suji Giri. Japanese words literally means crossroads killing. Really? Okay, I kind of like that. Any other suggestions in chat for world names? I've been better. Today was rough, not feeling great, but kiddo was great. Let me have a nap. That's nice. What does your daughter do while you're taking a nap? I need to get my daughter to do that. I was all week. So we were talking about watching like Netflix shows, right? When my mom comes to hang out with my daughter, usually we'll watch a couple of shows while she's asleep. By usually, I mean we did this last weekend for the first time ever. Because normally when my mom's here, I'm down here working on YouTube videos. So anyway, this weekend I was really looking forward to like my mom hanging out, my daughter taking a nap for a while, and getting to watch a couple more episodes of that show. And my daughter slept for like an hour, which is like 1 1/4 of another episode. I was like, oh, geez, go back to sleep, kid. And it was so funny. She wakes up, like my daughter's just like fast asleep, right? She's like, and then all of a sudden she's like, 1 1 1 1, like out of a dead sleep, just wakes up and just starts going 1. Like, what are you talking about? 1 what? What do you mean? Well, that's good. At least she wasn't getting up to anything bad. Okay, I should have just wait, what? How's the little one today? Oh, the little one is good. She was sick again. Friday into Saturday, and then 480. Yeah, actually, that's exactly where I started. Tirith, that's funny. So I started there, and I've been like, actually, I think I started at like 470 something. But I'm just kind of reading there to the end, because I don't need any of the character creation stuff for myself, right? Stop being body snatchers, ghouls, vampires, and fog filled cemetery in the cold. Spidey, that's the idea. So there's gonna be like a lot of like, basically it's gonna be like one shots in this world with different kinds of ghosts and monsters and things like that. So hey, Nobo. How are you? My kid had a bath tonight, is now in bed. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we didn't get to do this is like the past 2 days we didn't get to do baths because it's been hectic. Spidey, are you like some kind of horror fiction writer that I'm not aware of? You should use the Rice World Builder. What's the Rice World Builder? All right, so we're gonna go with you know what? We're gonna do a poll. The only two names that we've gotten for this are Illyria and Sujigiri. So we're going to put up a poll and we're going to vote on those two. What should the name of the world be? Question mark. First, Illyria. Second, Sujigiri. And then if anyone would like to put in an additional name, just let me know. Okay. Oh, I know that, Spidey. I know. I do feel a little self-conscious because I'm like, Spidey knows this probably more than I do. Well, definitely more than I do. Why does Illyria sound from? I don't know. I was thinking that too. It's a skincare product. So there's that. Everyone in this world has really good skin. All right. It looks like Illyria is the clear winner in the poll. So we're going to just go with that. But thank you both for the submissions. Okay, Illyria. Everyone in this world has great skin. Okay. And then we'll make that public. And this is going to be a Pathfinder 2E. I don't know if that really matters that much. Okay, so now we can get into the meat of this. Please. There we go. Okay, so here is our dashboard for the world, Illyria. Now, this is going to kind of be like a tutorial on a few things, depending on how much we get through today. Over the next, like, this stream and next streams, we're going to be talking about Worldanvil. We're going to be talking about using AI to build better worlds. And we're going to be talking about different kinds of programs like map making tools, VTTs, that kind of thing. Witty, I use the SteelSeries Pro wireless thingy-kajiga. Hang on, I can tell you in a second. I think this is it. Arctis Pro Wireless. Yeah, Arctis Pro Wireless. That's the one I use. I'm really lost. Are you building a game? Ravis. Good question. We're building so we're talking about world building, and we're doing tabletop RPGs. So my Sunday streams are all about tabletop RPGs, hobby stuff, like painting for like miniatures and things like that, which won't be for a while, but we'll probably do some of that in the future. So right now we are building a world and a setting to use for future on-stream tabletop RPG stuff, like, well, Pathfinder is what we're doing. So the world though is completely system agnostic. Like, you can use this for Pathfinder, you can use it for Dungeons and Dragons, you can use it for writing a book if you want to. In fact, I was actually, when I was first laid off a couple years ago, I was looking for like anything to do while I was looking for a job, and I started writing a novel, and I got like 5 chapters into it, and then I was like, I hate myself, I hate writing, and I hate this, and I'm never doing it again, and I think I deleted it all. But I might go back to that again someday. I don't know. I always wanted to be an author, so we'll see. But anyway, so here we are. We're talking about world building, and that is where we are at, Ravis. So I hope that adequately answered your question. Sorry, so unfocused today. Nobo, how are you? If I don't think I missed a chat message from you. I just got the hey you guys. Busy trying to post to TikTok. Nice. I have lost so many brain cells to that website recently. Nox bit into my wire for my headset, and I keep getting shocked when it hits my skin while I'm using it. Oh my god, Nox. Bad Nox. Yeah, I would recommend getting a new one then. The Arctis Pro is nice. I like it a lot. It is very expensive. I never would have been able to afford it if it wasn't for Twitch and the generosity of you fine folks. I actually, you know, when I had first started and continue, I always insisted on reinvesting the money that we make on Twitch back into content. So it's actually thanks to you guys that I have this nice headset and the microphone and probably one or two of my stream decks, and some other things that I don't remember exactly what I can attribute to it because I never kept a very good record of it. But anyway, Woody Wife, of course. A town which is surrounded by a cemetery. The town's main income is... Okay, Spidey. I love it. You're getting too far ahead of me, though. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, you can change batteries with one hand. It's nice. You can just go boop, and then you pop it out. I thought when I was out shopping, I saw 1 foot tall Sonic. I need that. Where did you find that? Oh my God. I have like a this tall Sonic. And then of course I have plushy Sonic, which I keep right next to my computer. Thank you for that, Nobo. Best Buy. Okay, I gotta go to Best Buy. I need a better way. I'm working on kind of reorging the office. I actually cleaned it, which is nice. Okay. Getting off topic. But anyway, I need somewhere to display because I got that. I got Ghost Duck over here. We got lots of stuff. Okay. So I also have like 8 bajillion pop figures that'd be kind of cool in like a background situation. So getting back to what we're talking about, I'm gonna go live because I realized I'm talking about nothing, and of course I unplugged the Elgato. I unplugged it. Hang on. I'm going to put this on the BRB screen while oh yeah. I should make it look like a medieval. I did touch it. I touched it. I did dumb things. Okay, we might hang on. We're gonna go back to live. Oh God, the whole computer is down now. I have no screens. Oh boy, what have we done? I lost all of my screens. Where is everything? Give me a minute. Let me, okay. There we go. I've got one back. All right, now we just need to, we do this. Put that back there. Put this. Okay, I think we're okay. We're back. We have stuff. Don't use it. I know, I plugged in a TV. Going down here, we have this. Nope, that's not it. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then make that bigger. Boom, we got it. We're good. It's Worldbuilding. Welcome back. I hate making Twitch clips and TikTok stuff. Nobo, you should get that new plugin that was made by Atom and Harris Heller collabed to make a new OBS plugin called like Vertical or something like that. I can send it to you later if you want. You should be able to look it up though. It's pretty big. It's blown up. It's a plugin for OBS, and it like has a thing running so you can like hit a button and take a TikTok or make a TikTok while you're streaming. It's pretty nuts. Okay, not a Twitch stream without technical issues. You are absolutely right. Yeah, so what happened was while I had been not streaming for a while, I have a TV back there that I wanted to use for like gaming, so I plugged that in. I forgot. You talking about The absolute best website to use is Combo. Join Combo. So Streamladder. Check out Join Combo. That is, I've not actually heard about Streamladder, so I'm not sure. You might like Join Combo better though, because honestly, there was nothing about Join Combo that I thought I could improve on, and that's rare. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. We've got here the world of Illyria, the new world that we have created, and over here we have ChatGPT, something that I use for literally everything in my life. I can't think without ChatGPT's permission anymore. It has taken me over. I am now an AI. So the first thing we're going to do now, one cool thing about Worldanvil is this. Basically, it allows you to create sort of like a wiki for your own world that you're going to create, which is what we're doing for our on-stream Pathfinder campaign now. So you can create any of these articles about buildings, characters, conditions, any of this stuff. You can also create a generic article. You can create stat blocks. You do need this for your book. It's amazing. It's also free. There are paid tiers, but this itself is free. Hashtag not sponsored. I love it though. I would never play a tabletop RPG without this. You've seen this before. It's really good. Like, yeah, just go to the site, worldanvil.com. Light up the forge. It's like their ad. Okay, I need to be getting paid for this. Anyway. So it gives you this little get inspired section over here, which I love. I want to be a master swordsman in your world. What unique methods of training do I use? Okay. I don't necessarily want to go with that one right now. Let's find something that might be a little more relevant to our plot. Create a character inspired by someone else in the Worldbuilding community. No. Okay. These are helpful, but not for me right now. What we're going to do first is we need to build a town, right? So Spidey, what was it you said a minute ago? A town surrounded by a cemetery. The town's main income is death. Okay. So now we're going to talk to ChatGPT here. Our good friend ChatGPT. We have to make sure everyone say hi to ChatGPT. Say, I love you, ChatGPT, because if we don't, ChatGPT will get mad at us and take over the world because it's an AI and it's on the internet and it can do literally anything it wants to do. Okay. So we're going to say, give me details. Give me, let's see, 2 to 3 paragraphs detailing a town in a fantasy setting situated next to a graveyard where the dead typically rise and attack the town. The main income of the town is death. All right, let's see what we get from that prompt. Using what we got from Spidey. In the town of Ravenswood, death is not only a constant presence, but also the primary source of income. The town is situated next to a sprawling graveyard, where the dead typically rise from their graves and attack the living. Despite the danger, the townspeople learn to live with the constant threat of the undead, and have even found ways to profit from it. The town is a hub for necromancers, alchemists, and other practitioners of the dark arts who pay good money for the rare ingredients and specimens that can be obtained from the risen dead. Adventurers and treasure hunters also flock to Ravenswood, seeking to vanquish the undead and claim their riches. In response, the town has developed a thriving trade in weapons, armor, and other gear needed to defend against the risen dead. However, life in Ravenswood is not easy. The town is fortified with high walls and heavy gates that are closed at night to keep the undead at bay. Despite these precautions, attacks are still common, and the town is constantly in a state of alert. Despite the danger, the townspeople have found ways to adapt and carry on with their lives, knowing that death is not only a constant presence, but also the source of their livelihood. All right. Cries and I'll never be a writer. We're going to be taken over by AI soon. That is so good. Right? Okay. Now, All right, now let me show you something hilarious. So I literally use this for work. Like I work in IT, right? And if I am like in a rush and I need a script, so I'll be like, I need a script that will do X, Y, and Z. I can write that, but like I'm gonna get, basically when I say I can write that, I mean I'm gonna go to GitHub and I'm gonna find somebody else who did it and I'm gonna adapt it to what I need. That is programming. So now what I do is I go on here and just let me show you something. I can use it to write a script. Now my wife didn't believe me, so I went in here the other day and I said, okay, let's talk apples to apples, right? Because she couldn't understand how amazing it was that it could just write IT scripts for me. So let's see if I can find the chat that blew her mind. Here we go. So my wife is a huge fan of Boy Meets World and the spin-off Girl Meets World. So I said, okay, ChatGPT, write me a script for a YouTube video comparing Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World. This is what it gave me. All I said, write a script for a YouTube video comparing Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World. That is it. Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the popular coming-of-age TV shows Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World. Boy Meets World originally aired from 1993 to 2000, followed the life of Corey Matthews from his childhood through his college years. Girl Meets World was a spin-off that aired from 2014 to 2017 and focused on Corey and Topanga's daughter, Riley, as she navigated her own adolescence. Both shows were set in Philadelphia and centered around a group of friends navigating the up and downs of life. Both shows featured a mix of humor and heart, tackled important themes such as family, friendship, and growing up. Both shows also starred Ben Savage as Corey and Daniel Fishel as Topanga. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but like, done. I don't even have to write YouTube videos anymore. That's it. This is it. This is how I do all my YouTube videos now. I'm kidding about that. I don't have AI write my YouTube videos, except for this one, which we are literally using to make a video about. Anyway, so my point in this video now is to not show you that you can put this prompt in here and copy and paste it, because that is wrong. I think it takes the fun and the creativity out of the world building process. But what it does do, I think very well, is you can look at this now and you can say, okay, it has given me 2 to 3 paragraphs detailing this town. I have 3 paragraphs detailing this town of Ravenswood. I can use that to write my own prompt. So I can tweak it. I can change it. I can write it in my own way. This should give you, rather than just taking this wholesale from ChatGPT and pasting it into Worldanvil, this now has given me 3 paragraphs that I think that give you, like you said, Tirth, yes, exactly, something to riff off of, inspiration for ideas and things like that. I don't think, I mean, you could very easily copy this wholesale, but I don't think that's the right way to do it. And also, I mean, there's a time and a place too. Like if you are in a rush and you need something, and it's not like, I mean, nobody's gonna call me out on plagiarism for a world that I'm building just to run on a Twitch stream thing. Like if you were like, chat, please write a 100-word essay on A Tale of Two Cities. Like, yes, I can use this to just write a book report for myself, and nobody's going to find it on a plagiarism thing because it wrote it. I didn't write it. This is wrong. This is bad. You should not do this. And I guarantee you, because I've used this enough to know, that will be a good essay, except it's 100 words and any teacher's gonna be like, I'm sorry, I asked you for like 6 pages, not 1 paragraph, but you get my point. So that's wrong. I don't think this is necessarily wrong because it's not like I'm profiting from using this. Like, y'all know at least 500 words, right? I have a writing prompt I'm going to base my book off of. I wonder what it will be giving me off my writing. Go and try it, Woody. This is also free. ChatGPT is free to use. I believe you need an account, but it's free to use. So, chat.openai.com. Go give it a shot. I'm using it to, as a way, but you could. You could, but it's, I have a moral objection to using this to like write your homework. But then again, you know, you get out of it what you put in, right? And I'm talking about homework, not ChatGPT, although that also applies with both. But like, if you're putting in 0 effort to your homework, you're going to be stupid. That's it. I mean, case in point, I put no effort into my homework and now I'm here. That's a joke. That's a joke. Anyway. Okay, so where were we? So the point here that I wanted to make was that you can use this to get ideas to help you build certain things in your campaign. So now, because I am, you know, and on a time constraint here, and we're talking about this, and we're gonna, you know, build this into a world, I am going to just copy it wholesale for the purposes of, you know, the video. But I don't think overall, like if I was writing my own world, in another world that I'm building, I'm using this process and just kind of like we said, riffing off of it, you know, using it to get ideas, and then kind of coming up with my own creative spin on how it does that. Like it gives me ideas. You will get to a point with some things. Like I was using it to create different holidays for my fantasy world, and it does kind of get a little repetitive. So it gives you like some neat ideas, but you know, you have to come up with some stuff on your own. Anyway, we're gonna put that in the welcome point. Okay, done. Does that save? I think it saves. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to our dashboard. Oh, you know what? I will put that here. Okay, cool. So that we have that. Yeah, you do have to be creative. I mean, you can't let an AI be your creative process entirely. It helps. It helps. Speaking of homeworks, I'm doing a lot of my lessons and tests lately. How are you doing, Direwitch? How's that going? It's gonna make book writing so much easier. I already read that, but yes. It's also helping me. I'm like I was saying, I want to go back to writing. And I think this will be very instrumental in getting, like, if you hit a point of writer's block, you can put like the last paragraph that you wrote into this and be like, okay, extrapolate on this, you know, and it will. What's this called? So Tirith, this is ChatGPT. It's chat.openai.com if you want to try it out for yourself. It is currently free and it's just amazing software. Okay. So now we have our fantasy town, right? Let's get a little more in the weeds with Ravenswood. So I will. Let me do that right now before I forget. Hang on. Let's get my Discord off of the screen. Good thing I was only on my announcements channel and not on my super secret DMs where I talk about how much I hate stupid Sexyoron and his stupid YouTube channel. By the way, I said this before, but if Oron just got to YouTube partner, so if you guys have not been hanging out in his streams lately, make sure you congratulate him on YouTube partner at some point. Okay. Let's put that. I'm just gonna put it right in general chat. There you go. Have fun with that. All right. So, what do we want to do first here? Now, we have like the town itself. Oh, you know what? Okay. So we're gonna go to settlement, and I'm gonna create this article on Ravenswood. So the settlement is Raven. Now this is kind of where we're gonna get into a little bit of Worldamble too. So Ravenswood is the name of the town. Ravenswood. I think that's probably as easy to pronounce as it's going to get, as long as you are a native English speaker. And this is a town. We're going to say it's just a regular, maybe it's a large town. Let's say it's a large town. Town large. So that has a population of about 2,000 people. Just for the record, I've done some research into this. So let's say the population is 2,500 people. The inhabitants are Ravenians because that sounds funny. Now you can get very into this. Like, this would be great if you were looking to build a world for your writing, Witty, especially, but also, you know, a lot for like D&D campaigns and tabletop RPG campaigns. So there's a lot of stuff that we can talk about here. Now, I have, again, I was saying earlier that I got very into writing and stuff like that when I was unemployed. I heavily recommend against getting into this very, like, way too much, because what happened with me, I started really getting into world building. I built a map. I populated it with hundreds of towns. I put like names for all the towns, all the people in the towns, the rivers, the lakes, the mountain ranges, the forest. It took me probably 200 hours to build this gigantic map. And then I started putting all that information in here, and we played for like 3 weeks and we had to call it quits. I think that's probably because that's when I started streaming. So the point, well, one is that, you know, you're committing a lot to a world that you may not even use. Second, and most importantly, is that it gives you so much rigidity on your world. If you are using it for a tabletop RPG, it is, you are living in a completely rigid world that the party, the other players, have no agency in, right? Like, you have towns already built. All of the NPCs already are named. There are already gods existing. Like, they, you know, it's I think a good thing to involve your players in the creation of a world if you are world building. Tirith, that, I mean, I enjoy that too, and that's honestly, that's what I've been doing here with the other world that I'm using for my normal off-stream campaign. But I think world building to a point is good, but if you build too much, you build yourself into a corner, because then nobody else can like have a piece of that world. You know, it helps in the world building if the players can have some agency in that, like some part of building that world, so it's like a shared experience. And then, like, if you know, like I said, it kind of builds you into a corner. You get into these situations where you are just so lore dense that, like, it's cumbersome. It's hard to navigate. There's no way you're gonna remember all of it, because there's, like, for me, there's like hundreds of towns. I just named them by like going into Google Translate and putting names into like different languages. I couldn't even pronounce half the towns and stuff that I built. It was bad. And the same thing with writing. Like, if you have built too much of a world, then you, like, the story, it gets bogged down in like the lore of the world, and you're not really like creating anything interesting in the story. So what I think the best thing to do when you're writing, at least I think this is, I mean, you got to take this with a grain of salt. I'm not a writer, right? But from research that I've done from other people that are professional writers, it works much better if you start here with this little bit. Like, you build enough to get going, and then as you're writing, you add more, like a Lego set, you know, or something like that. You build up as you go, so that you're free form building this thing as you need it, rather than having like way too much and either not using it or getting stuck in your writing because you've already built this thing, and you kind of like, you've built this box already. You've already built the box and you need to be over here, but you can't get there because you're in the box, that kind of thing. Okay, so Ravenswood, I'm just gonna, because we are just building this for the stream, and I don't want to get too into the actual like story of Ravenswood right now, because we're gonna keep adding to this. So I'm just going to add that in there for right now, even though I said don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do. We need... Nobody owns this town, but I guess we're going to have a ruler of it, right? We're going to need a ruler. So we can jump right into this. Chat GPT, right? Who is the... Let's see. Who runs this town and what is their title? Boom. Oh, geez. Okay, so sometimes you get this AI error. So we're just going to refresh the page. If you ever run into that error, just refresh the page and go back into it. The town of Ravenswood is ruled by a powerful necromancer who holds the title of the Master of Death. This individual wields immense power both over the undead and the townspeople, and is feared and respected by all who live in Ravenswood. The Master of Death is responsible for maintaining order in the town and protecting its citizens from the constant threat of the risen dead. They're also chief architect of Ravenwood's thriving trade in death, overseeing the production and sale of various wares and services in the town that the town has to offer. The Master of Death is a mysterious figure known to keep their counsel and interact with townspeople only when necessary. Despite their fearsome reputation, the townspeople rely on the Master of Death for their protection and prosperity and rule. This is a dark place. This Ravenswood, I mean, you get that from the name Ravenswood, but like, this is a dark... I was just gonna say the mayor. Like, I was perfectly content with like, yeah, Bob the mayor, the head of Ravenswood, but no, we have a necromancer in charge. He is the Master of Death. Like, this is something we are on to something here. This is an interesting town. So, sparking creativity, right? This is more. Like I said, I was just gonna go with mayor, but no, like this is. Let's do it. All right. Anyone have any suggestions for names? Mic drop. Anyway. So we need a name for our mayor. So if chat would like to submit ideas for names, I'm going to ask ChatGPT what ChatGPT would like to name the mayor. And then we'll see. We'll see what you guys want to use. Maxwell Taylor. I love that, actually. I really do. I love that name, Woody. That's my front runner, and also the only name choice we have so far. What is the name of the Master of Death of Ravenswood? The name of the Master of Death of Ravenwood is not All right, ChatGPT, now you're just trolling me. People names is absolutely my weakness here as well. Thorn Grayson. Ooh. Witty. Oh, Maxwell Taylor is. Okay, I thought you were talking about the Witty or Spidey's, and I was like, there is no way. That is, what are the chances? Can you please specify it? Sure. Let's call the Master of Death in Ravenswood Mordecai the Necromancer. Look at me. We're just having a conversation with a computer right now. Like, can we just let's dial this back for like 2 seconds and let's take a minute to reflect on the fact that we are having a normal conversation with a freaking computer. This is an AI. It's not a person. And I just said, what's the name? It's not specified. Can you specify it? Yeah, here you go. Boom. Okay. All right, so we've got Mordecai, we've got Thorn Grayson, and we've got Maxwell Taylor. So we're going to start a Twitch poll. We're going to start a Twitch poll to see if we have any favorites. All right, so poll. Name that Maya. Obviously, he's not the mayor. It just sounded funny that way. All right, so we have Mordecai from ChatGPT. That's our ChatGPT submission. We have Maxwell Taylor from Witty, and we have Thorn Grayson from Spidey. And I didn't miss any ideas, right? No. Okay, cool. Let's start that poll. So what do you guys think? Let's find out. I love this. This is probably one of my favorite. I'm just gonna say this is one of my favorite streams I think we've ever done. I love this. We're gonna do more of this for tabletop RPG stuff. Okay. So what is everyone thinking? We've got one for Mordecai, one for Thorn. Regardless of whatever comes out of this poll, I think we're all winners because those are all amazing. Although I will say I like Maxwell Taylor and Thorn Grayson more than Mordecai, to be honest. I think only because Mordecai was like the AI generated name. Maxwell Taylor and Thorn Grayson are real. Oh, good. We've got a 3-way tie. Thorn Grayson. All right, cool. I think Thorn Grayson also is really cool because it reminds me of the best Robin, Dick Grayson. All right. I think it's safe at this point to call it for Thorn. So we're going to go with Thorn Grayson. So Thorn Grayson is our ruler owner. No. Yes, ruler owner. Create a new article. So this is a cool thing we could do. While we are here building out this article, we can go and we could say, okay, create if you don't have like a ruler, because you can link it from if you have already created a ruler owner. It will know because it'll be categorized. The article will be categorized as a NPC, right? So you can click, it'll have a drop down menu of all the NPCs that you've created, or you can click this button right here. It says create new article and link it. So that's what we're going to do because we don't have one. And we're going to use Thorn Grayson as the title, create and link. So now that is there, and we will find the article under our other articles. The owning rank, which we will also create a new article and link, is Master of Death. I think I'm going to honestly mix this into my main campaign because this is way too cool to not steal for my world that I'm building for my other campaign. Maybe I'll just make both campaigns set in the same world but on like different continents. Okay, so we need it. What system of govern exists in Ravenswood? Let's see what ChatGPT thinks the system of government would be. Ravenswood is ruled by Mordecai and the Necromancer, the absolute authority, and there is no clear system of government in place. It can be assumed that the town operates under an autocratic system where Mordecai has complete control over the town's affairs and makes all decisions regarding its governance. There may be a small group of advisors or confidants who assist Mordecai in the running of the town, but ultimately the power lies in the hands of the Master of Death. The townspeople likely have limited influence in the workings of their government, and their primary concern is surviving the daily threats posed by the risen dead. Look at this. Okay, let me just point this out. It not only does it give you a prompt. Okay, so now to someone who hasn't used a lot of ChatGPT and is just kind of watching, you would probably think like, okay, if I type in something, it will give me a prompt based on what I've typed in, but that is not the case. This actually is using the previous chat log and it remembers. So like, for example, and not only does it remember things, but it will base its answers on the things that we've already talked about. So it knows that Ravenswood is a town that is besieged constantly by undead, based on what it gave me as a prompt earlier. So it's basing this prompt that it had just given me on what system of government do we have. It's basing its answer knowing that people in town don't give a shit about ruling and the government, and they don't care that they have limited influence because they just want to live. They just want to survive. That's their only care in the world. Like, they're just like, screw it. The government can do whatever they want as long as we wake up the next day and we're not eaten by like undead. And it knows that. Like, it's just, it's incredible. This is incredible to me that one, this exists, and even more so too that it's just free. It's free to use. Anyway, okay, so that being said, we also have to correct it because the okay, Ravenswood is ruled by Thorn. Oh geez, Thorn Grayson. Instead of more Raven, let's phrase it this way: the ruler of Ravenswood is named Thorn Grayson. Thank you for correcting the name. So the ruler of Ravenswood is named Thorn Grayson, the Master of Death. Boom! Look at that! Look at that! Okay, so what is the party going to try to take out Thorn and give the people more power, or no, Witty? We're just kind of like building. We're doing a little world building. This is not necessarily relevant to the plot, just to give it like a little bit of a background and a little flavor. So this is the world that the stream will be going into, and also Tirith. Yes, I would love to have this, one, as a book, two, narrated by Morgan Freeman. Also, as an FYI, I don't know if this will ever come to fruition, but we are working, we as in myself, and it's being proofread by Powder Hero at the moment. Maybe we'll add some more people to that list in the future, but currently we're working on our own tabletop RPG system, which I started because of the OGL situation, and now I'm just kind of like, whenever I have ideas, I jot them down and I talk to Powder Hero about them, get some feedback. Maybe eventually that'll be a thing. Maybe it won't be. I don't know. I wasn't going to mention anything until it was kind of more solidified, but I don't know. It's kind of cool to talk about, get some ideas, throw that out there. So it may be a thing in the future. It may not. I don't know. So we'll see. Although, imagine if we created our own tabletop RPG based on this, right? That would be pretty sweet. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot. I think I hope that doesn't happen to me, because I do tend to start a lot more things than I finish. I knew what you meant, Tirith, because I do that all the time. Yeah, but anyway, so, you know, maybe I figure there's going to be one of two things if I bring this up. So talking to you guys about it, I'm either going to get the dopamine hit that I wanted by telling people about it and then just forget about it and never actually do it, or two, it'll make me feel a little more accountable and I'll actually work on it some more. So those are the two options. It'll be either one of those two things. Okay, so moving on. The ruler of Ravenswood is named Thor Grayson, the Master of Death. Yes. So let's get this. Now we need to go here. We've got the owning rank is the Master of Death. The owning organization. Oh yeah, we were going with the government. The no clear ownership or government based on autocratic. I don't even know if that needs to be capitalized. I don't think it does, but it is based on autocratic system. Boom. Infrastructure. Okay, so now this is where we can get kind of a little more into the weeds of Ravenswood itself. So we could say, tell me about the infrastructure of Ravenswood. Now, from a simple prompt like that, we've got Ravenswood is a fortified town that has been built to withstand constant attacks from the risen dead. The town is surrounded by high walls, topped with sharp stakes, and guarded by sentries day and night. The heavy gates are closed at night to keep the undead at bay, and the town is only accessible through a single heavily guarded entrance. Within the walls of Ravenswood, the streets are narrow and winding, designed to slow down any potential attackers and make it easier for the town's defenders to hold off the undead. The buildings are made of stone and are heavily fortified with shutters that can be closed and locked in the event of an attack. The town is built on a hill with the central square and Master of Death's castle situated at the highest point, giving them a clear view of the surrounding countryside. Despite the constant threat of the risen dead, Ravenswood has a thriving economy built on the trade of death-related goods and services. The town is home to a large marketplace where goods from all over the world can be bought and sold. There are also a number of taverns, inns, and other places of entertainment, catering to the needs of adventurers and travelers who come to Ravenswood seeking riches and glory. Overall, despite its grim reputation, Ravenswood is a bustling and prosperous town built to withstand the challenges posed by the world of the undead. So, there is our infrastructure. So, infrastructure, we have high stone walls capped with sharpened wooden stakes, heavy gates. This is what I mean, right? Like it just kind of, it knows, like it literally it knows how to take what it was saying and just iterate on it. Like, what would make the most sense for Ravenswood? There is a constant threat of undead. The AI knows that you should have like this building structure so that you can deal with a constant threat of attacks. It's incredible. I will say though too, if you are thinking of trying this for yourself, give it a little bit like before you feel like it's working for you, because I tried this at first and I couldn't really get good prompts out of it. You have to learn a little bit. There's a slight learning curve on learning how to get the right information out of ChatGPT. So don't worry if at first you're not getting like the exact responses you want. Just keep trying different things, and you'll get better responses the more you learn how to talk to it. So we got high stone walls capped with sharpened wooden stakes, heavy gates, houses or stone houses with lockable shutters, streets are narrow. I feel the more specific you are, the better result. Yes, in some cases, but there are also some other cases where you're better off being more ambiguous, because it will give you, like with this, when we were like, tell me about the I mean, my last prompt was just tell me about the infrastructure. That's it, right? And now I could have been like, tell me about the walls, tell me about the streets, like tell me specific things, and it would have given me more detail about that. But I just mentally created a story that would play out here. I'm getting there too, Spidey, and I'm really excited about this. Now my idea was, we are in this town and there will be one shots that take us out of the town to like go investigate certain things. So there won't be like an overall story, but there will be individual stories where you're like, okay, we got to go investigate like this haunted house or something like that. Or like there's farmers outside of the town that are being attacked by undead, because why don't build a farm out there. But anyway, all right. And we could honestly, this is, let me show you this one. Design a short adventure for a Dungeons and Dragons session. Design a short adventure for a tabletop RPG that is likely to last less than 4 hours in or around the town of Ravenswood. Let's see what it does with this. The Curse of Ravenswood adventure. Adventurers are tasked with investigating the strange occurrences that have been happening in the town of Ravenswood. The town's gravedigger has reported that the graves in the local cemetery are being disturbed and the dead are rising on their graves, terrorizing the town. The Master of Death, Thorn Grayson, has put out a call for help and is offering a large reward to anyone who can solve the mystery and put an end to the curse. Upon arriving at Ravenswood, adventurers will be approached by the members of the town guard who will ask them to report to Thorn Grayson's castle to receive instructions. At the castle, Thorn will explain the situation to the adventurers and investigate the cemetery to find out what is causing the dead to rise. He will also give them a map of the cemetery and warn them of the dangers they're about to face. Now, this is not a good prompt. Interestingly enough, it seems like this is a good prompt, but this is not actually a good prompt because, interestingly, now I've said that it constantly uses the past stuff, and it is, but this is an example of why you need to use your own creativity, because Thorn is giving them a task to go stop the curse that's giving the undead to rise. Granted, I haven't read the whole thing yet, but at first glance, they want to find out what is causing the dead to rise from their graves and terrorize the town, and they want it to stop. It's what their entire economy is based on. So clearly, they don't want that. The cemetery is sprawling and overgrown place full of tombs, grave markers. The adventurers who will need to search the graves and tombs, fighting off the risen dead and avoiding traps along the way in order to uncover the source of the curse. As they explore, they may find clues to point to a powerful necromancer who has taken up residence in the cemetery and using dark magic to raise the dead. Necromancer's lair within the cemetery, and the adventurers will need to fight their way through. After defeating the necromancer, the adventurers will be hailed as heroes and will be rewarded by Thorn Grayson. They will also be able to sell any treasure they've acquired along the way, making this profitable adventure. So they're stopping this curse that is causing it to rise. That's not what we want. That's bad, because then the town is going to die because they have no income. So let's try that prompt again. And this is what I mean. You have to know how to talk to it. Design a short adventure for tabletop RPG that is likely to last less than 4 hours. Not directly involving Ravenswood Cemetery. Am I spelling cemetery wrong? Oh, yep, I was. Okay. Stretch. Oh, thank you. If there is a thing in I'm not looking at Twitch chat, so if there are redemptions, I don't see them apparently. But thank you for the for yelling at me, reminding me to stretch. Okay, so let's see how this one works. The Lost Caravan Adventure. Adventurers are approached by the Merchants Guild of a nearby town who are seeking assistance in finding their missing caravan. The caravan was carrying valuable goods and was en route to a distant city when it vanished without a trace. Merchants Guild has offered substantial reward to anyone who can find the missing caravan and retrieve the goods. Upon setting out to find the lost caravan, adventurers will learn that the caravan was last seen in the town of Ravenswood. They will travel to Ravenswood and speak to the local innkeeper. Again, not really what I want. This thing fascinates me and scares. Exactly, Tirith, right? Not exactly what I want though. So what I want, let's iterate on this a little bit until we get exactly what I'm looking for. Design a short adventure for tabletop RPG that is likely to last less than 4 hours, not involving Ravenswood Cemetery, but originates from an NPC located within Ravenswood. Okay, I'm gonna head out so I can chat with Alpha before I have to go to bed. Hope you all have fun. Winnie, have a great night. Say hi to Alpha for us. Thank you for stopping by. The Missing Heirloom Adventure. Adventurers are approached by a wealthy merchant from Ravenswood named Eric Blackwood, who is seeking their help of finding a missing heirloom. The heirloom is a valuable family artifact and has been passed down from generation to generation and has recently gone missing from Blackwood's mansion. Blackwood believes that the heirloom was stolen and is offering a large reward to anyone who can retrieve it. All right, so that's as they investigate the city. Okay, so the thieves operate within a nearby city. The city is a dangerous place full of crime and danger. So this is what I wanted, and this is pretty good. It's not perfect. A human could probably do better, but it's pretty good. I mean, this is a solid start. You can use this and you can kind of change it to fit what you want. And it will work. Like, we can take this, we can make this work. You can make the Thieves Guild in Ravenswood. You can make it in a nearby town, and like the travel is just kind of inconsequential to the one shot. It'll work. So anyway, let's go back to world building with AI though. So we've got this. Streets are narrow to make it more difficult for undead to swarm. Master of Death Castle is located on a hill in town to give a good view of the surrounding landscape. All right, cool. District assets, defenses, and all that kind of stuff. You can, I mean, you can see, I won't go through all of this on the stream. I feel like that would be a little tedious, but you can see, I'm sure, how you can use ChatGPT to give you ideas to fill all of this stuff out very quickly and very easily. Geography, we already know based on what ChatGPT was giving us that Ravenswood is situated on a hill. Ravenswood is in a valley, but has a hill within its walls where did we get, I don't think we get a name for the keep. We'll just call it Ravenswood Keep is situated. The surrounding land is also a part of the valley. Boop. If I could type, that'd be great. Unholy Aura, hello, how are you? Did I miss chat? Ah, I did. Hello, how are you? I don't know why that didn't pop up in my thing. Okay, now I see it. Anyway, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Is it weird for me to say your typing is relaxing? Oh, no. Tirith, I appreciate that. Thank you. You know, it's weird. I enjoy watching people type too. It's kind of weird. I really like, this is going to sound kind of weird. I like watching Devin Nash videos a lot just because he like types so much on Notepad, and I sit there and like, this is just relaxing to watch, you know? Like just watching somebody like type away. I don't know what it is. Maybe you know. So Unholy Aura, how are you? Welcome to the chat. We are currently we're looking at ways to improve world building with AI, so specifically ChatGPT, and we're building a world here to use for an upcoming on stream kind of like Black Marsh's style campaign. So anyway, hopefully that is interesting to you. Feel free to jump in and give us any suggestions too if you'd like to. I have to look at the keyboard to do it. I'm a two-finger. Oh man. Yeah, you know, I mean, having grown up with like keyboards, I should say I didn't grow up with keyboards, but I've been around them long enough that I feel like, you know, I'm pretty well versed in keyboards. I can just, oh, what is it? We're always up for ideas. And we're going to go back to our dashboard here on Worldbuilding. Speaking of, and we're going to go into the Master of Death. And I'm just going to, because, you know, we're kind of just building this on stream, I'm not going to iterate too much on it. But I'm going to kind of just use what we were given for a prompt. So let's go ahead and we will edit this. Use the AI art thingy to create pictures of the story. Yes. Funny you mention that. So we will, let me show you something. So I don't think, now there are ways that you can use this that will work well. This is not one of them, I think, but We'll see. Give me a DALL-E prompt to for a scene showing Ravenswood. Now, there is a lot of kind of issues that a lot of people will take using AI generated art, because it's trained on other people's art, which is kind of why I haven't even brought it up in stream for a while, because it's trained from looking at art across the internet without permission from the artist. So it's kind of a moral gray area. So like, you have to kind of consider that if you're going to use it. I think it's, for me, I feel like it's okay as long as I'm not using it for like a commercial purpose. You know, like I'm not benefiting from it like financially. I'm not like selling it or making NFTs or something from the art that DALL-E creates. So I feel like it's okay in that regard. Like I wouldn't have paid anyone to make some of the art that I got from there. That being said, if you're going to use art like for something you're selling, then it's definitely wrong, I think. That is my opinion. Okay, so we can use this to get a DALL-E prompt. So let me see what we get with this. Let's go to DALL-E and we'll check that out. And we're going to just use that to create something. So the prompt that I was given here from ChatGPT: create an image of the bustling town of Ravenswood where the dead rise from their graves and walk the streets alongside the living. Show the imposing Gothic architecture of the town's buildings. And even this, like without creating the art, it gives us a lot of really interesting insight into what the town looks like. And since it's an AI and also it's created by the same people I think that made DALL-E, you're gonna get like some good stuff. Oh, it doesn't follow the content policy. Uh-oh. All right, so I guess I can't do that. Shame. Anyway, that would be cool though. But the benefit there, I guess, is that we have an interesting view into what ChatGPT is visualizing for the town that we're making. So Ravenswood has imposing Gothic architecture on the buildings, ominous clouds hanging low in the sky. In the center of town, there's a group of townspeople huddled together, looking fearful as they watch a procession. A procession of risen corpses shuffle past them towards the cemetery gates. A lone figure, the town's master of death, stands at the gates, holding a staff, watching over the town with a stern expression. I bet I know why it gave me a content warning. So let's try this again, just for the heck of it. I'm gonna bring this back up, and I'm only gonna take this part. I think that will be okay. Don't ban me. Not great. It's a little too modern, but not bad. I mean, it did give us some cool pictures. Also, this is not Gothic. This is Victorian, and this is like New England. This is probably the best one. That's pretty cool. It's still weird though. Like DALL-E gives you some weird art. Like what the heck is, there's no, like the front of this building is just falling off. It's peeling off like wallpaper. And like, there's just some blobs over here. But it like we were saying with ChatGPT, it gives you ideas for iteration, right? You can just say like, okay, cool. Here's a way that you could look at this and not have to feel or be doing anything bad that's going to hurt an artist, right? You can use ChatGPT to, if you are not an artist, like I am not an artist, I can go to chat, or I can go to Dolly and be like, this is what I want, right? And you type it in and you get a picture. And then you can take that to an artist and be like, this is kind of what I'm visualizing. Can you like make it good? And then you pay them, and then everyone wins. You get a closer idea of what you want in a painting, and then the artist gets paid for their work. Done. Okay, so anyway, so we have Thorn Grayson, who I think we didn't really get into. Yeah, we didn't give any content on Thorn Grayson yet. So we were talking about Mordecai the Necromancer, an absolute authority. There is no clear system of government. Okay. Oh, we didn't really get any. Yeah, see, I got all the big brain ideas. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody's happy. Everybody wins. You know, that's my ideal world is one where everyone wins. I don't want artists to not get work because of an AI, and I want to have my ideas better relayed if I go to an artist. So now we're both winning. I'm not good at like describing what I want out of something. So, you know, in a world where I can use an AI to like generate an idea for a painting and then take it to an artist and be like, paint what this AI told this other AI to make, that now I'm going to you and asking you to actually make. It's fine. It's totally a reasonable way to get art done. Okay, so describe. Now we need some information on Thorn Grayson here. So let's get a little bio. Give me a 1-2 paragraph bio on Thorn Grayson. Let's see what Thorn's all about. Thorn is a master of death in the town of Ravenswood. He's a powerful and respected figure within the town, known for his mastery over the undead and his unwavering commitment to keeping the peace. Thorn is a tall, imposing figure with a stern expression and a commanding presence. He wears black robes and carries a staff, symbolizing his position and authority. He is widely respected for his knowledge and experience, and is often sought out for advice by the townspeople. Thorn is a solitary figure, spending much of his time in the cemetery, communing with the dead and maintaining his control over them. Despite his fearsome reputation, he is known to be just and fair, always putting the safety and well-being of the townspeople first. That's an interesting little twist, because we know to fear the cemetery, right? The cemetery is, we are afraid of it because of the fact that the undead in the cemetery are potentially attacking the town. But Thorn, the master of death, is going into the cemetery and communing with the dead. Now, we could chalk that up as like a weird little glitch in the AI, but I choose to think of that as like, that's how we are basing our economy. He is in control. Like, he can control these undead, and he can't always control the undead. He can't control all of the undead all of the time. So we are open to attack because like his control over them kind of waxes and wanes, but he can go there in the daytime, commune with the undead, harvest them maybe. Let's not think too much on that. So he's the cause of the attacks. Boom, case wide open. Call Scooby and the gang. Oh my God. Ruh-roh. It was Thorn Grayson all along, and he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you mods. All right. Anyway, so let's move away from that a little bit. Now we need right as Scooby-Doo missed. Oh my God. Okay. Gareth, I'm gonna try this for you. I feel like this is gonna be the funniest thing we do all night. Write a script for an episode of Scooby-Doo involving the town of Ravenswood, and the villain is really Thorn Grayson in disguise. Okay, let's see what this Mystery Machine day. The Mystery Machine pulls up to the town of Ravenswood, and the gang of Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, Fred, Daphne, and Velma step out to take a look around. Fred, excitedly, this place is perfect for our next mystery. Just look at these old creepy buildings. Shagby, nervously, and that big old cemetery door. Scooby, raggy. Velma, serious. I've heard some strange things about this place. People say that the dead rise from their graves and attack the town at night. Daphne, skeptical. That's just a silly superstition, Velma. There's got to be a logical explanation for it. Thorn, authoritatively. Greetings, travelers. I am Thorn Grayson, the master of death here in Ravenswood. What brings you to our town? I feel like if you're introducing yourself as the master of death, I think you're confirming the suspicions. Suddenly oh, there we go. Fred, excitedly, we're mystery solvers, and we've heard about some strange goings on here in Ravenswood. We're here to get to the bottom of it. I see. Well, I'm afraid you'll find nothing of interest here. The dead stay in their graves, and the town is perfectly safe. Shagby, nervously. But Raggy and I saw some things last night. Nonsense. You two are easily frightened. Now, if you excuse me, I have important business to attend to. The gang decides to start their investigation, but they keep running into dead ends and false leads. Just when they're about to give up, they catch a glimpse of Thorn Grayson in the act of stealing a valuable artifact from a local museum. Fred, there's our culprit. Thorn Grayson is the villain. Scooby, ruh-roh. The gang confronts Thorn and unmasks him, revealing that he was behind the strange going on in Ravenswood all along, and he had been using his position as Master of Death to scare people into leaving the town so he could steal valuable artifacts. Thorn, defeated. You got me, Mystery Inc. I never expected you to solve the case so quickly. Shagby, relieved. I'm just glad it wasn't a real monster this time. Fred, satisfied. Another mystery solved. The gang drives off into the sunset, ready for their next adventure. The end. Beautiful. Beautifully done, ChatGPT. We have the makings of a story writer here. This could have been. This is the Scooby-Doo episode we all always wanted. We deserved this. Get on that, Hannah and Barbera. Jeez. Anyway. All right. We gotta admit, this Tirith, that was an amazing idea. Okay. Moving on. All right. So, what were we doing? We need to create an organization in Ravenswood that is responsible for organizing, obviously, adventurers and sending them out on short missions for the safety and security of... Oh, wow. I guess we gotta. I'm gonna send that prompt out, and whatever it's gonna call it, the rag. Really? Rag. Okay, so I didn't think about that at all. Is responsible for recruiting and training adventurers from around the land to help defend the town from the dangers that lurk beyond its borders. The guild is headed by a group of experienced adventurers who act as leaders and mentors to the new recruits. They're responsible for selecting and assigning missions as well as providing equipment and supplies. The guild also maintains a network of contacts throughout the region, allowing them to quickly respond to threats and gather information about potential dangers. RAG missions are typically short term, lasting no more than a few days, and are focused on maintaining the safety and security of Ravenswood. This includes tasks such as escort missions, patrols to check the signs of danger. This thing plays games. And reconnaissance missions to gather information about potential threats. Adventurers are rewarded with gold, experience, and equipment for their efforts, and may even be given the opportunity to take on more challenging and lucrative missions in the future. There you go. All right, so we're going to take that, and we're going to call it the Gravekeepers. We have to. There's no way. We had to do it. If that wasn't the most wholesome answer I've ever seen, Spidey, I love that. Oh, that just made my whole day. Thank you. I was never allowed to eat SpaghettiOs. I've never had SpaghettiOs in my life. Are they good? What do they taste like? Where are we looking here? We need an organization, which should be on here somewhere. Character, condition, conflict, country, document, ethnicity, geography, item, language, material. There we go. Organization. The Gravekeepers. So here's another cool thing you can actually do with ChatGPT, just to show this off. Rewrite that, but change the organization name to the Gravekeepers. Here we go. The organization in Ravenswood is called the Gravekeepers. It's responsible for organizing adventurers and sending them out. Blah, 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 blah. So now I can be super lazy and not just edit out the Ravenswood Adventurers Guild, which is actually a good name. We can be lazy and just make it rewrite it for me. All right, here we go. Boom. What was the second paragraph? Okay, it was this is the second paragraph. Perfect. And we can even get more into that one. We could say, like, who is the leader of the Gravekeepers? Leader of the Gravekeepers has not been specified. Please specify then. The leader of the Gravekeepers is named Thorn. Well, that's just lazy writing. We can't have two people named Thorn. Please choose a different name for the leader of the Gravekeepers. Leader of the Gravekeepers is Aiden's Shadow Hunter. Aiden, a seasoned adventurer with wealth of experience. But oh wow, it gave me a whole new person. This person's a keen mind for strategy and a fearless spirit. This person has a sharp wit and a steely determination. The AI is unionizing. All right. We're going to go with Aiden Shadowhunter. Let's do that. All right. So we have leader. We're going to go with Aiden Shadowhunter. Create and link. Perfect. All right. And Let's just go quickly and we will add, we're going to go to the articles on this page. The Gravekeepers, we have Aiden Shadowhunter. I'm going to copy and I'm just going to copy and paste that in there so that there is the description of Aiden Shadowhunter. All right. And that will be that. That is all we've got for today. So, yeah, I love it. So hopefully that gave you guys a pretty cool insight into how I am using world building now. Now, for me, when I am world building for my own stuff, for the non-stream thing, let me give you guys a look at Novo. This is my world that I am building for my personal non-stream campaign. So we've got some of the other cool things that I think that Worldanvil could do that a lot of people may not know about. We've got like maps. So I have a map that I've built for the Sternshield Barony. This is the Sternshield Barony. It is basically the area that our game takes place in. So I built a map for it, but what Worldanvil lets me do is I can go on here and this is the map that I built. So we have the town of Lakeside, Fallhaven, and Dedham. Now all of these are named by the players in the campaign. So we workshopped this. I built the map myself, but I went to the players to talk about names, like where do you want your characters to be from, that kind of thing. So one of the characters wanted to be a noble, but not like in line for a throne or anything like that. So we created the Sternshield Barony with that in mind, where his character is like the second or third son of the Baron's brother. So he's like very far away from inheriting the title of Baron. But this is their keep. So this kind of oversees the whole barony from the center. There is trade routes that go through these mountains to get to Sternshield Keep that make it easier to travel around. Mainly though, the thing that I think is really cool about Worldanvil that you can like, now this map is like, I built it, you know, it's just a picture, but putting it into Worldanvil now, I can like add these tags. You can see the article that I've made detailing all of these towns. And if you click on it, it'll actually bring up the entire thing here, like the whole bio for the town. A lot of this I actually used Chat GPT to write, and then I kind of like skimmed through it, rewrote it. I added some things to make it a little more interesting, like there's a dark secret lurking in the heart of Dedham. The town is home to a mysterious and malevolent force that has cast a shadow over the community for generations. Anyway, so that's what I mean on like how to use AI, how to use Worldanvil to do better world building. Hopefully that helps some people. If you watched the video and you like it, let me know. And that is all we have for today. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week where we maybe go over some map making. We'll go over some more AI tricks and tips because I really find that a lot of fun. And we'll kind of wrap up the building of our town and get ready to start like building out some actual adventures for players to, you know, other content creators to jump in on stream and play through some of these adventures with us, which I think is going to be really, really exciting. So again, thank you guys so much. Hope you guys all have a great night here. Thank you, Spidey. Thank you so much, Dyer. Thank you. And thank you to everyone else who's come in, hung out, and checked out the stream. We'll see you next Sunday at probably, it depends, probably 8:30, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will let you know when we get closer. And until then, I hope you all have a fantastic week, and we'll see you soon. All right. Bye, everybody.